Well, welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and with me today from the Exodus Strong Supplement and Health Solutions Company, my friend Rob Rene. Rob, welcome to the show.
Bubba, so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
This is awesome, man. So many people that I meet on the show, I usually meet them online first and then we connect in person. And we're actually kind of doing this backwards. So we were able to connect at Podcast Movement. You're also a member of the Podmatch community. A big shout out to Alex and Alicia there, who we
Yeah,
all got to
amazing
hang out
people.
together and be in a little group. And it was so amazing. But you introduced me to your Exodus supplement brand and you gave me some free samples. And my goodness, I've just been feeling so good. So had to have you on the show to share a little bit about the products that you have, but also to share a little bit about you. So I guess let's kind of start there. We'll get a little bit of background and then we'll jump into all the things that you're doing now.
Sounds great, man. I was like, if you'd have told me 5 years ago that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, I'd said you're absolutely insane. Like, because I had this, the plan God had for me or has for me is just exciting because I'm really feel I'm finally moving into the plan that He has had for me my entire life as I look back on it. But man, it's like I never envisioned doing what I'm doing today, right? My kind of my backstory is I was an athlete when I was young, right? I was a runner, and that was just the thing that I excelled at most. And I ended up getting a full ride scholarship to a Division I school, and I made the U.S. junior team, and I was just on my way to my whole goal was to be a professional runner because I was pretty darn good at it, and then I was out on a training run in the winter in Utah and got hit by a 4x4 truck. And it threw me 36 feet. I landed on my face and hit me. It broke my pelvis in a number of places, my kneecap, and just really almost died that day. So
And just
that
like that, the running career
yeah,
was over.
just like that. So just immediately, boom, everything I've been doing for 10 years was just taken away from me. So that was super depressing, but also just a moment in time where it was like, wow, everything I've been planning for is now null and void. You have to go with plan B, right? And so that was a really interesting experience. And then I did what the world tells you to do. The world tells you to go get a education. And so I got my degree and get a job at a large company, and you get a 401k, and you buy a house with a white picket fence, and you have three kids, and you have a dog. And I did all of that, right? And I did it well, and I had a great career going. And then boom, a second truck hit me. But this is a metaphorical truck, the truck that hit everybody. It's the pandemic, right? That pandemic had a similar experience in my life and transition in my life that first truck did. So here I am in the corporate world going, gangbusters and have a great career going, and then boom, but I get the pandemic hit, and I just for the first time in my life I'd had time to focus on something different than my career, right? So I was just focused on me, and how can I help my family be better, and I can make money, and I can build, buy a bigger house, and I can, buy a better thing or a better car, and it was all about me and just my little world, my little family. And then the pandemic hit, and it was I lost my job because I was in travel. I was a traveling sales guy, and there was no traveling right for that period of time. So they downsized the sales force. So that forced me to look into what was going on in the world. I'm like, okay, I want to, one, take care of my family, right? Because of this pandemic, I'm really worried about it. And I relied back upon something I learned during my running days, which is nutrition, right? Nutrition in my running days was really, really helpful for me. I read this book called Eat to Win, and that really transformed my running a lot. I was a distance runner, so having that extra energy at the end of a race was super important to me. So when the pandemic hit, I'm like, okay, I know that natural things are good for you, and so I'm going to just start looking at what we're doing as a family to make sure we get the right nutrients and protect ourselves. And then I started doing the research, and man, this is what totally transformed my entire life. I started doing research for the first time on something other than my career. I did good research, but it was always related to my job and who I'm meeting with and who I'm going to be talking to. This is the first time I kind of looked at the world, and I did research on, I saw the vilification of this one doctor who was talking about vitamin D. and they were suing him for billions of dollars, like billions of dollars. And I'm like, how are they suing him for billions of dollars? Like, he must be a really bad dude. What he's trying to sell is really bad, or something's wrong, right? So I started doing the research. I'm like, okay, vitamin D. It's like, gosh, that's from the sun. It's like 100% natural. So that and end up, checking the box, say that's not the problem. So this dude must be really bad. So I started doing research on the doctor. So he must have some really skeletons in his closet. And I started research and I couldn't find anything wrong with the doctor. He's a holistic practitioner trying to do the right thing to help people with natural solutions. I'm like, wow, something's really stinks here. So I started doing research on why they would be, suing him. And man, I started doing research on the medical industry, and I really found out
You
so many
found that
different things.
smell, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, it was just nuts. It was like I couldn't believe it. I was so mad because I'm like, how is this possible in the United States of America? But I went all the way back to the early 1900s, and our healthcare system was really taken over by the Rockefellers, our medical schools back in the early 1900s, and it's been just bad ever since in the States. So it's all about money and not helping people with the actual core underlying problems. And so that was just up in my world, right? Just like the truck did the first one is when I saw that corruption, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And then I just did the more research I did. It's like we are the wealthiest country in the world, and we spend the most money on healthcare in the world, and we have the worst healthcare system. It was like, how is that possible, right? That doesn't make any logical sense. It's because it's all about people who are controlling our world is like amazing. They have so much money that they would rather keep us sick and not cure us than to cure us. There's so much more money in a person who is sick, and they keep us alive, but they keep us sick, and then and they make a ton of money on each and every one of us. So that when I found out that, I was like, okay, this sucks. So I have to make a difference. What can I do, little Rob? I have no influence whatsoever, but I do, have a heart for humanity. And that's when I started, I was doing research on health. That was really important. But then another big, movement for me personally was I started doing research on the Bible. And that really transformed my life as well. I used to be a Christian, but I would go to church on the weekend. And as soon as the door hit me in the butt, I didn't think about church until
Till
the
next
next
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, it was like, hey, I love this service. I was like, oh, this is great. But then I just never did anything about it. And when I started reading the Bible every day, it was just transformative, right? And now I really believe I have a relationship with God instead of a religion. And that transformed my life as well. So I was going through this huge transition where my faith was strengthening in a dramatic way, but then also my understanding of health was, then the research I was doing was changing my life to say, okay, we have a really corrupt system. How can I help the world? And so I started developing solutions. I started looking at how can I create something that's going to help humanity in a big way. And so I kind of combined the two, right? I combined my faith journey and I combined all the health learnings that I'm doing. And I started doing research on all the biblical ingredients in the Bible. And that's when it really transformed because I'm like, okay, there's some really cool things in the Bible with nutrition, but I couldn't find anything that was like amazing, that was different than that was already out there. And then I met this, God, in my opinion, God led me to this practitioner in California who had this molecular hydrogen component. And he was looking at trying to market it in a different way. And I was like, we started talking, and I'm like, hey, I've got all these biblical ingredients that are good, but I can't find anything that would really make it special. And he's like, well, I've got this molecular hydrogen component that really transforms people's cellular level energy. And so I started looking and doing research on that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, hydrogen is like the first element that God created, right? It's the smallest element in the world. Don't know if it's the first, but it's like the smallest element in the world that is created. It's the first in the periodic table. And then look at there's thousands of scientific studies done on hydrogen inside the body. And so you see the benefits of that. And I'm like, wow, we could take that and we can take my biblical ingredients. And so we found the seven synergistic ingredients that really enhanced what molecular hydrogen does, as well as hydrogen actually supplements or enhances those seven ingredients. So we took the combination of those, and now we've got a product that is unbelievable and really helping people in a dramatic way. And I'm just so excited about it because it's like, wow, we've got a product that makes a difference in people's lives, and it's different than anything else in the market. And the biggest problem is just no one knows who I am, and no one knows I have this amazing product.
Right.
So
Well, and I love how Exodus, the product that you have, is the intersection of faith and science, right?
that's
You're
right. That's
bringing
right.
these things right out of the biblical text and combining them with this incredible product that was already being made available. But doctors aren't usually very good salesmen, and if my doctor is a good salesman, I probably don't want to use him as my doctor, and vice
Exactly.
and vice
Exactly.
versa, right? So incredible, just incredible. And I can tell you from taking it, people, incredible results. I probably drink too much caffeine on a regular basis, but I didn't need the caffeine boost in the middle of the day like I usually do, right? Even
Yeah.
now, because I've run out of my Exodus sample packs that you gave me when we got together there in Grapevine, Texas at the beautiful Gaylord Texan. Still dreaming of that place.
Yeah, it's
Um,
amazing.
that I'm looking for. Even right now, I'm like, man, it's been a long day. I've done 4 interviews already today, and I'm thinking about reaching for that energy drink or that second pot of coffee, right? But then I'm
Yeah.
gonna be up all night, right?
Right.
So it's really about having a product that is all natural. You're using some of the very basic elements that are in our universe, right? The hydrogen, and,
Yeah.
and the studies are out there on this stuff now. People are
Yeah.
hydrogenating their water, right? And
Yeah.
using these things all the time, and you're seeing it on a very national level. I just watched an episode of what was that show called? Joe Rogan was just on it with another gentleman. I can't remember the name of it now, but they were both drinking, his water and a
Yeah.
powder
Yeah.
supplement. We've
Yeah.
seen the bottles around, but the bottles don't exactly work over time, right? They lose their effectiveness.
Yeah.
So the studies are out there, and really you're bringing this beautiful, like I said, this intersection of faith and science. I think is where we're at in life in the course of human history, and it's really awesome to know you, Rob, and to have access to these beautiful product. So what's kind of the what is the marketing strategy for a product like Exodus then?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because it's like it's so convoluted. The whole supplement space is really dirty, right? And the more you get into it, there's so many players out there that they all they want to do is make money as well. So it's
Right.
just like they'll sell you the world and then actually give you crap, right? And so that's what's so frustrating to me is I have this amazing product with amazing ingredients that really help people in a dramatic way, and I have to compete with all those idiots, right? So it's really frustrating because it's like, wow, I've got something that really does help and really is different. So I'm going at a little bit different angle where I want to work with people like you. I want to get on podcasts. I want to explain how amazing this product is. In fact, I literally was just doing research the last couple of weeks, and our product hits every woman who's 40 plus goes through specific issues and problems with their menopause. And this particular product, I use it, it's amazing. You're using it, it's amazing. But for women that are anybody that's 40 plus, this product hits all five of their cellular mechanisms that they struggle with. And ours is the only product that literally helps with all five of those. So it's really just amazing product. So I want to get on podcasts and I want to get on with micro influencers like yourself, right? I could call you a macro influencer, a micro influencer, whatever we want to call you. You know, you're awesome. You're amazing, right? But I want to work with people like you just to have these real conversations because I want people to understand that I am real and this product is created not by me, but I think by God, and that we created this solution that's really transformative for people. And so that's how I'm going to try to go to market is just continue to get the word out like this, and it's going to grow viral because the product just really helps people, and that's what's so exciting. One thing I didn't mention I love is really important, the kind of the mind body spirit connection. All right, so we include a prayer guide that goes along with every single product because we want you to read these things out loud. We want you to say it with your mouth out loud because the Bible literally tells us there's your power in your tongue, and then you won't hear yourself reading it. But then if you're the mind is so powerful. The more research I'm doing, that your mind can actually control your body without any other intervention, right? Your mind is so powerful. That's the way God designed you. And so if you have these intentions and you declare them, and then we have a Bible verse and a prayer. So man, if you can ask the good Lord for some favor, great, right? And if he wants to heal you, bam, you're healed, right? That's fantastic. But if I'm just that one little mechanism that says, hey, the reason you prayed today is because you had this card and Lord healed you, man, amen, right? That's so cool. I think our product will help people, but having that mind, body, spirit connection is just so powerful. There's no other
It
product in the
amplifies
world.
it
Yeah,
amplifies what the product does just on its own.
that's right. That's right. So it just makes it better, right? If you can actually get your mind around it and you can ask for support and you can pray about it and have these strong intentions, your body's going to perform better and the product's going to help you better. So why not? Why would you not use that? So I'm just having a blast explaining that to people. And the more research I do, it just solidifies that this is an approach that no one else is doing that really has a direct impact on people's lives. So that's super, super fun.
Well, and that's what you're trying to do is to impact people's lives. It's why you're
Right.
not looking for, the larger influencers who are just trying to make a buck or working to try and
Right.
get it on the shelves at a store where it just sits next to the other idiots.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Exactly.
because it's
Exactly.
different and it
Yep.
deserves to be marketed and given to people differently. So I really commend you for that. You're probably leaving a bunch of money on the table in the short term, but in
Right.
the lives changed department, you are absolutely going to excel. And I would love to be a part of that. And I'm sure we
Yeah.
have a lot of other influencers that are watching our show now and that are in our world that would also like to be a part of that. I have a few in mind already. Rob, where can people find your products online? And then let's talk a little bit about your community before I let you go as well.
Sounds great. So exodusstrong.com is the easiest way to find the product and find me. And we do have a really cool, what we call champions program. That champions program is for influencers like yourself. Like if you introduced me to some other influencer and they want to help have a similar conversation that we're having about my product, I could incentivize you to do that. And I can incentivize them to do that. So it's kind of that viral marketing approach. So and it's just a way where I can afford to help market my product. Just we call it the Champions Program. It's really an affiliate program, but it has two layers to it, so I can incentivize you to help me with that. So anyway, that's something pretty exciting that most other companies don't have. That I think is an awesome opportunity for anybody who does want to talk about our product and helping people. And that's super important. And then, at the community I'm building is I'm so passionate about health. I love all things biohacking, right? So I love red light therapy. I love hydrogen. Those hydrogen water bottles are pretty cool. But one of the things I want to mention real quick is that our product is so different than that. Is our product when you put the capsules in your stomach, your body creates a molecular hydrogen, and so your body assimilates it much more impactfully than drinking it with water. Because the water, it creates it, and if you don't drink that water immediately, it diffuses, so it just becomes useless. And then even if you do drink it, by the time it actually goes into your mouth and into your esophagus and into your stomach, it's diffused. So you're not really assimilating much of that hydrogen as if your body creates it. So anyway, that's a huge differentiator. And this community is Biohackingville is what I'm calling it. The little sign behind me, Biohackingville is a community I'm creating. And I really want to have all the resources for people who want to learn about red light therapies or learn about those types of things. But hey, if you're interested in Exodus and how it works and how hydrogen works, there's going to be repositories in there for that. And it's just going to be an amazing place for us to collaborate. How can we help people naturally, and we can get through this big pharma issue and try to help people, get well holistically.
Oh, beautiful stuff, Rob. I absolutely love it. I love the product. I cannot wait to be part of the champion program and encouraging all of our influencers that are out there to do the same, to get on exodusstrong.com and to really check out that champion program and to check out the products. They're absolutely amazing. And now being kind of on the backside of having taken them, because I was on the road. I mean, I
Yeah,
drove 15 hours back home after I
that's
left
amazing.
Texas and left you here. I didn't get tired at all on that trip, right? And
That's
we're talking
amazing.
about, taking two or three simple pills a day in the morning and then having that energy all day long. So
Yeah, it
incredible
really
stuff,
is
Rob.
impactful. That's literally one of the reasons I created the product I have a heart condition called bradycardia, and my heart rate was really low. So it's like in the 30s, right? Most people are in the 65 plus, and so in the afternoon I would crash about 1 o'clock. I just didn't have enough oxygen. So man, but now with Exodus, I take it and I don't have those anymore. It's just so fun because I have this sustained energy, this natural energy. It's not that crash that you get with caffeine. Caffeine's great, and I still love my coffee, but at the same point, if I drink too much of it, then you get that crash, and that crash sucks because then you're exhausted and you're
You
looking
would
for
know
more.
about crashes,
Right.
Rob.
Yes, I do. I know a lot about crashes. I'm gonna avoid those trucks, that's for sure.
Oh, Rob, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
I
It's just
bet.
so good to see your smiling face and uh thanks for being part of the scene and for bringing us a product that we're going to be suggesting to all of our listeners and all of our guests moving forward. So,
Awesome. I'm
big thank
excited
you again.
about it. And what a pleasure to meet you, Bubba. Thanks for everything that you're doing. It's just exciting to see you and your growth. And I'm excited to see where you're headed in the future. It's going to be super fun.
Well, we just launched onto Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. So
There
I
you
think we're
go.
going to the moon or maybe even past it, Rob.
There you go. Let's
Thanks for
go.
being part of the scene, brother.
I appreciate you.